Hi, fifth graders. Welcome back to Persuasive Writing. Today is session 3, and we will be focusing on picking a strong topic. So what topic will you be writing about? Well, you're going to be thinking about that today. Picking a strong topic is extremely important, and you will see that once you begin doing your research. So there are some questions that you need to ask yourself before you pick your topic. The first question is this a topic that interests you? You need to pick a topic that will interest you because it will be a lot easier to spend weeks doing research on something that you're passionate about as opposed to something that you don't really care too much about. Remember back in your informational writing when you had to include evidence and quotes and paraphrase, but then you also had to write to think. And what I mean by that is you had to also include your own thoughts and your own opinions. Well, you're going to have to do that again in your persuasive essay. And it's a lot easier to include your opinion on a topic if you are passionate about it, as opposed to including your opinion on something that you don't really care much about. You're not going to have very strong opinions about something that you don't really care about. So think about whether or not it actually interests you. Then think about maybe is there a change that you would like to see made in your school or your local community? Remember, these are persuasive essays, so you are trying to convince someone to do something or to believe something. So this would be a great opportunity for you to try to convince somebody to make a change in your local school or your local community. And I have some examples of topics, and I'll get to those in just a minute, and you will see some of those are related to your school or community. I also want you to think back to our last session, session 2, when we talked about the difference between reasons and evidence and strong reasons versus weak reasons. Now, I want you to think back to this because when you are writing your paper, you will need to come up with 3 very strong reasons to support your claim or your stance on this topic. So you need to think about, am I going to be able to support this topic with research? Will I be able to research very strong reasons to support this topic? If you think it's very specific and you might have a hard time finding research on it, it probably is best to steer clear of that topic or to change that topic a little bit so that it is a little bit broader. So for example, a topic that I would say is too specific is that all kids should have a pet salamander. Now you may believe this, and that's fine. However, it's going to be very difficult for you to find a lot of research and a lot of evidence specifically on a salamander because that is a very narrow topic, okay? But if you would like to talk about the benefits of having a pet, then you could broaden that and say all kids should have a pet. It'll be a lot easier to find research on a topic that is broader like this one than it would be to find research or evidence on a topic that is very specific and narrow, such as having a pet salamander, okay? So that is extremely important. You want to ask yourself, okay, yes, I'm passionate about this topic and I would love to research it, but am I going to be able to find enough reasons or enough evidence to support this topic? And you might find after you pick your topic and you start researching that it might be a little bit difficult. And if that is the case, then you might have to change your topic. However, we want to avoid having to change your topic after, say, you make your thesis statement, which would be your next session. So right away, you want to be able to recognize, is this a broad enough topic? Is it too broad? Maybe it's too broad and you need to narrow it down a little bit because there's just so much information. And you'll start to realize that as you start to research your beginning reasons next week. So as you see, I have a list of some examples of possible topics. Now, these are argument text sets. And what I mean by that is when you click on these, and I will attach this document to the assignment, when you click on these topics, they will bring you to a list of articles or text sets that will help you research. So first, before we do that, let's take a look at what these examples are. Should sports be a part of schools? Should we ban plastic bags? Notice these are phrased in the form of a question. This is what we're asking ourselves. This is the debate topic. Now, you will take a stance on it when you make your thesis statement and say, I believe sports should be a part of schools, or we should ban plastic bags because. But for now, we're phrasing it in the form of a question because this is the topic that is up for debate and in question. Should we ban bottled water? Should animals be kept in zoos? This is very interesting. Should orca whale shows be banned? This one is a little bit specific. I haven't personally done my research with it, but I think it might be intriguing. So if you want to check that one out, you can. Should chocolate milk be served in schools? Are extreme sports worth the risk? What is the best way to handle plastic? What is the biggest problem concerning water today? What should be done? Now, I would like to point out that these text sets are very specific, and you do not have to use any of these. You can pick something else that you're interested about or that you think would be cool to research and have lots of evidence and reasons. So you're not limited to these. The reason I wanted to show you these is because we do have a text set, and it looks like this. And once you click on each of these questions, it will take you to another link. And once you open that link, this is a set of different texts or articles that you can use to research the topic. So sports in school text set. If you wanted to research this topic, you could use some of these articles, school sports, the pros and cons. Michael Phelps discusses his experience balancing school and sports. These are all articles that will go along with this topic. Same thing for these. When you click on them, should animals be kept in zoos? Oops, let's open this. It will bring you to a whole list of articles that you could use to research. Now, you do not have to use these text sets. You can use a different topic, or you can choose a different topic, and you can do your own research to find articles, just like you did for your informational writing. So these are some additional topic suggestions that I have seen done before and that I found that students really find interesting, and they have a pretty easy time finding research on them. Should school uniforms be required? Should students have homework? Should kids play video games? Should kids have pets? Should college be required? Should pets be allowed at school? Pets seem to be pretty popular, animals and pets. Should kids have cell phones? Make sure when you do a topic like this, you're specific about what age. So, for instance, should kids have a cell phone once they turn 12? Or should kids have a cell phone once they turn 10? Should every community have a local park? So this is an example of what I was talking about before. Would you like to see a change made? I had a student in the past who wrote about how dog parks should be in every community, and he found lots of reasons and evidence to support that. So these are just some suggestions. You can come up with one on your own. However, us teachers would like to approve of them first to make sure that it would be something that would be easy for you to find research on. So we'll give you some suggestions. Now, you have worked with boxes and bullets in the past, specifically with your literary essay and with your informational essay, and we will be doing the same thing for your persuasive essay. But now, our boxes and bullets are going to be under the topic persuasive writing on the Writing Google Classroom. They will always be here so you don't have to search for them. So in the past, your boxes and bullets, your outlines, your sloppy copies, they have been attached to different sessions throughout your writing workshop days. We are getting rid of that because it is hard to look through all of your assignments every time you need to find your boxes and bullets. So what I mean by that is, let's take a look at Google Classroom. You have your normal Monday writing workshop, Tuesday writing workshop, and so on. So your sessions will be posted like this. However, at the top, or wherever your teacher, if you have Mrs. Vaughn or Mrs. McCauley, they may place it in a different spot. We have a topic called persuasive writing, and this is where your boxes and bullets will be, and they will stay here so that you always know where they are. So daily, you will open up your session, and then when you need to go back into your boxes and bullets, you know exactly where it is, and you can open it right from there, okay? So that is where your boxes and bullets will be. For today, let me go back to our slides. Your homework for today is going to be to decide what topic you're going to write about. Now, I want you to really think about this. Don't just do the first topic that comes to your mind. You need to do some investigating and think about the different sides of the argument as well as the potential reasons you could use. So if you think about a topic and you decide, I would like to do, should kids have pets? Well, before you say, yep, 100%, I'm going to do that topic, do some investigating. Do a safe kids search. If we don't have a text set for it, you can do a kids search, a safe search, and find some reasons, some potential reasons that you could use. So, for example, pets relieve stress, or pets promote physical activity because you need to exercise with them. Think about those potential reasons, because if you can't come up with one, or specifically 3, if you can't come up with them, it might be too difficult to write about that, and you might have to come up with a different topic, okay? So what you're going to do is you are going to go to the persuasive writing topic on your Google Classroom. You will click on your boxes and bullets, and once you open them, you will see this. They might look a little bit different from your previous boxes and bullets, but we're not even going to start on this yet. All we need to do is fill out your name and your topic question. So for my persuasive paper, I'm going to be doing, should kids play sports? Okay. Now my stance, this is where you're going to write your stance. I'm going to say kids should be required to play sports. Okay, that is my stance. That is what I think about the topic. So if you think that kids should not play sports, then you could say kids should not be required to play sports. So today's homework is to fill out these 3 aspects of your boxes and bullets. Leave the claim or the thesis statement. You're just filling out your name, your topic question. Remember, this should be in the form of a question, and your stance. So what do you think about the topic? What argument are you going to be making? Okay. All right, so do some investigating, pick your topic, and let us know what you think.